What's happening in Acts chapter 19? Extraordinary miracles of healing. So extraordinary that even handkerchiefs and aprons were being taken forth from the Apostle Paul, delivered to sick people at distances, and God was healing the sick through the agents of these handkerchiefs and aprons remotely at distances. Extraordinary miracles of healing going on in the year AD 54. Fast forward 10 years to the year AD 64. No handkerchiefs and aprons going forth from the Apostle Paul. What changed? Something pretty significant changed, did it not? Could it be that even in that 10-year span, even while the apostles were still alive, that the apostolic gifts, tongues, interpretation of tongues, miracles, physical healing, had already begun to fade away, had already begun to pass out of operation? 2 years later, the Apostle Paul writing 2 Timothy, it said that he left Trophimus sick at Miletus. Paul left him sick. Paul was with him, and he left him sick. Interesting internal evidence that even by that time, the apostolic gifts had already begun to fade away, had already begun to pass out of operation. Interesting internal evidence for cessationism. As I said earlier, I do believe that God still heals people today physically, but only when it is His sovereign will to do so. But that is not the same thing as the apostolic gift of healing. Apples and oranges, two totally different things. Job is the 800-pound theological gorilla sitting in the living room of the prosperity preachers, none of whom want to admit is there. Job's a problem for the faith preachers, because here you have a man who was upright and righteous. Doesn't mean that he was sinless, but he had done nothing really of deserving of all the things that happened to him, and yet God still allowed Satan to come and to strike from Job everything that he had. His possessions destroyed. His family dead. His own health deteriorated. Job suffered